The anti is how you manifest. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. My email's in the description. Let me know what you need help with when it comes to controlling your mind to get to your desired situation. I will make a video on topic on that as soon as possible. I know you're asking me, what is the anti? Mekus, what does that mean? I don't know what that is. I've never heard the term before. Don't worry, you're going to get some. Removing barriers to allow your desired situation to happen is what I am talking about when I'm referring to the anti. I'm going to get more in depth throughout this presentation, so please stay with me because it's going to get exposed. Right now, I know how you feel. You feel like you need to add better habits into your life to receive your desired situation. I bet right now you know I have to add some better habits. I have to add a morning routine. I have to add some biohacking into my routine. I got to add this and that and all these other factors, right? And you're correct. Trust me. You're absolutely right. There are good habits that you need to put into your life to go from your current situation, bridge that gap over to your desired situation. But the focus should be on removing what is not serving you. And that's what ties into the anti, right? Becoming the anti, becoming somebody who removes barriers, right, to allow your desired situation to happen. And I know growing up as a kid, even up to this point, you may have heard to dream big and that the sky is your limit, but everyone will be successful if it's really that easy. If I could just sit here and dream big and tell myself the sky's the limit, right? I'd be success. Everyone would be successful if they did that, right? If it's that easy, but it's not, right? And many people stay stuck in their current situations, right? You're probably staying stuck here, right? And this is why you don't want to do what people do averagely. You want to do the complete opposite of what normal people do. And that ties into being the anti, because a lot of people want to add so much into their lives and they want to hold on to what isn't serving them. They want to hold on to those vices. They want to hold on to those blockages, right? Because they're scared to let it go. They're scared to get rid of their old self and turn into their new self. And I get it. It's not even their fault. It's not your fault. We weren't raised and taught in society the importance of really removing blockages, right? And allowing our inner goals, inner characters to manifest, to come about, right? And so this is why people will always remain stuck in their current situation, because they want to add so much instead of removing. Out with the old, in with the new, right? So all you have to do is find out what successful people do in your field and listen to them, because they are where you want to be, right? Successful people are successful because they're not like everybody else. I really want you to understand that successful people don't do what everybody else does, right? And so identifying with the anti is going to help you set yourself apart from the average individual, because you're removing, right, everything that you need to expedite, to speed up the process over to your desired situation. So how can you really apply this to your own life? It's to create an anti-vision for yourself, right? And this is going to light some fire up your behind, right? And even create a little bit of fear, if you like to call it, but it doesn't have to be looked at that way. That's why I talk about perspective a lot in my videos. It doesn't have to be looked at something that's scary. Oh, creating an anti-vision. It's not. It should be empowering, if anything, motivating, if anything, right? And when it comes to creating an anti-vision, I have a couple of questions that I want you to ask yourself. Who don't I want to be? What kind of life would I hate to live? What don't I want in my life? Who will I be if I don't work towards my desired situation? What work do I not want to do, right? These are a few questions that you can ask yourself so that you can stay away from regret, right? This is the questions you need to ask yourself so that you can be able to control your mind a lot better. Because you understand now that it's all about controlling your mind to get over to your desired situation, right? And once you control your mind by using the anti-vision approach, you're going to bridge that gap a lot faster, right? So who don't you want to be? As I depicted it down here, who don't you want to be? Ask yourself these questions, right, as homework today, so that you can get to becoming the person that you want to be. And so when talking about your desired situation in this case, as it relates to the anti, The person that you want to be over here in your desired situation understands who he or she isn't, right? So by applying the anti-vision into your life, you're going to realize who you don't want to be. In your desired situation, right? Align your desired situation to the opposite. So you put your path and present moment awareness in perspective. So what does that mean? Aligning your desired situation to the opposite, right? It means essentially doing things that a lot of people don't want to do on a day-to-day basis to set yourself apart, right? And once you focus on what you don't want, it's easier to implement the law of assumption. I refer to this a lot in my videos about living from the end, because you understand that you don't want to be this person. So you're not going to take on the feeling states of that person, the thoughts of that person, right? The actions of that person. You're not going to take those on because that's not who you want to be. You're going to take on the thoughts, beliefs, and actions of the person in your desired situation, the complete opposite of the current situation. So find out what's weighing you down today and remove it as soon as possible, right? You don't need to necessarily add as of now. Put yourself back in balance, right, by removing what's weighing you down. So you got to remove that bad diet. You got to remove the extra sugar, the toxic relationships, the toxicity in your life. You got to remove all of these things that are holding you back. Only you know what's holding you back. In your case, it might not be the food that's holding you back. It might not be sugar. It might not be toxic anything. It could be something completely different that I didn't address. But whatever it is, only you know. You're unique. And whatever it is what you're going to have to remove that's deep inside of your heart that you know isn't good for you, so that you can get one step closer to your desired situation. So to take away from today's presentation about the anti, it's important to establish what you will not do. Establish those firm boundaries. Establish those firm no's. Establish that firm self-control, right? I know you want to eat that burger. I know you want that Big Mac, right? I know you want that butter burger, I know you want that super smash burger, but sometimes you just have to be disciplined and you have to say no to things. And that's what it's all about. Telling yourself that you're not going to do these things, establishing boundaries, in this case, your diet. It's firm no's, in this case, your diet, having self-control over what you eat, right? That's one example of many. Success is the continuous realization of your desired situation. Let me say that again. Success is the continuous realization of your desired situation. So as long as you're taking forward progress to your desired situation, you're winning. You're already successful, right? Because you're doing what the majority of people isn't doing. A lot of people don't want to take steps. They don't want to make progress. They're scared, right? As long as you're not taking any steps backwards, you're moving forward. By knowing who you don't want to be, you automatically gain momentum to your desired situation. You're delaying gratification in the process and making better long-term decisions, because you understand that life is a marathon and not a sprint, and that delayed gratification is everything over instant gratification. Many people add self-development habits to their routine with the limited time we have while not removing anything, and this is why they stay stuck. And I want to emphasize this for the last time. You can't have everything at once. That's why you have to make up your mind to becoming who you want to be and doing everything it takes to get there, because your time is finite here on this planet Earth, and you don't want to come to terms with yourself and realize that you regret not using your time effectively when the Lord calls you. So with that being said, develop the anti-approach to your day-to-day situations, and you're going to see your desired situation come about. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. Keep going.